For better or worse, Americans are a car people through and through. We love big cars, we love little cars, we love living in cars.
And I live in a van down by the river.
Hell, we love cars so much that in Jersey we tolerate parkway traffic 4 months out of the year. The point is, with vehicular accommodations for food, storage, and even booze, entertainment oddly predated all of them. And of all places, it happened in Jersey. Welcome to Words and Coffee, where we talk interesting history about the Garden State and showcase a bag of small batch roasted goodness. Today's brew is the Bucks County Coffee Company's House Blend. And the history is the world's first drive-in movie theater, opened in New Jersey. Let's get to it. It all starts with an idea. And in this case, the man with the idea was one Richard Hollingshead, a sales manager at Whiz Auto Products in Camden, New Jersey. The story goes, his darling mother had trouble sitting comfortably in theater seats because, well, it was the 1920s. HR departments wouldn't be a thing for nearly a century, and people were expected to just tough these things out. Well, Richard decided that he was going to do something about it, and the proof of concept would happen in the Hollingshead family's own driveway. He set up a 1928 Kodak projector, suspended a screen between a couple of trees, and placed a large radio behind it for sound. The Park-In Theater, as it was originally dubbed, was born. Business-minded sort that he was, Richard suspected there might be a buck to be made here. And with Henry Ford's gift bringing affordable cars to Americans of all stripes, he saw the future, and it came with plenty of parking. In May of 1933, Richard received patent number 1,909,537. In the age of streaming as default, it can be easy to forget the unique flavor of hell that is the typical cinema experience. Crowds, talkers, kids, sticky floors. Those born before 1980 might even remember smokers. And it was no different back then. Hollingshead advertised his drive-in theater as a preferable alternative to the typical movie-going experience. Think about it. Your car essentially becomes its own private space, and if your kids are getting loud or whatever, it's no one else's problem. You still get to go out, you don't have to hire a babysitter, everyone wins. In fact, Hollingshead's original advertising pitch was literally, the whole family is welcome, regardless of how noisy the children are. Many drive-ins also featured playgrounds and snack bars with this in mind. And so, just a month after receiving his patent on June 6, 1933, the world's first drive-in feature would be presented to the world. The movie was a British comedy called Wives Beware. Hollingshead charged patrons 25 cents per car and another 25 cents per occupant. At first, he tried to play sound from the front like a traditional theater, but this was soon abandoned in favor of individual speakers for each car. Eventually, they worked out how to transmit directly through each car's radio. And for a while, business was good. However, it wasn't until the 1950s that the popularity of the drive-in really took off. Probably had something to do with the fact that Hollingshead's patent was overturned in 1949, and then anyone could make one. But let's not get wrapped around the axle here. Drive-ins reached their peak in the 50s and 60s, totaling something like 4,000 to 5,000 across the country. They typically featured B-movies, things like Muscle Beach Party, Tarzan, Creature from the Black Lagoon, things like that. I myself once watched a double feature of RV and Click at the Warwick, New York drive-in back when I was in college. Shit movies, but a good time. I never did get my frisbee back. Talking to you, Allie Harvey. But pride cometh before the fall. Drive-ins would endure a double whammy of the 1970s oil embargo and widespread adoption of Video Home System, or VHS, a far more convenient entertainment delivery system. Today there are fewer than 500 drive-ins still in operation, and like many staples of the baby boomer generation, such as sole breadwinners and nuclear families, we may lose drive-ins entirely over the next 10 years. On the other hand, maybe you'll have a resurgence like inflation and proxy wars. Regardless, it remains a staple of American culture, and it all started with a guy and an idea in a New Jersey driveway. That'll about do it for me. If you stuck with me this far, thank you so much for watching. Sources in the description. As always, This has been Words and Coffee. Until next time.